Station, Texas, Kyle Field, home of the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Rebels, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Rebels offense has the ball first today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the...
Breaks into the open. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
From the gun, to give, looking for room. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Second down, they'll go to the air. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. The Rebels line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Aggies offense will try to get something going with their first possession. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. And I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. This is a big test for him.
thing, Jesse. But it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
To the ground, he's got it again. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. Not sure if you guys saw this, but they had a big-time four-star running back give a verbal commitment last week. What's his transition going to be like, David?
First of all, everybody saw it. It's all over social media, right? The excitement of landing a guy of that caliber. And just, I mean, that creates excitement in the whole recruiting class in this next cycle.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Past the sticks, and he may get more. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. There he goes! He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Touchdown, Aggie! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. When they have something to cheer about here, this Kyle Field crowd is the most choreographed group in all of college football.
They've got so many chants and cheers that I had no clue about Reese until we visited, and you see it's choreographed, it's perfect together. And how about this choreographed start? Exactly how they drew it up early, getting this place going bananas.
Now this offense is back on the field. They go to the ground. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Rebels will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Leaves it with the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Texas A&M. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. They'll fit right in.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon. You got to find him in the passing game.
He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle from us.
Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Gives it to the back on the draw. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Nice pickup on the ground here, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Bussey. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. from the gun, the ground game. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Well, I think the coaching staff and fans knew that this guy was going to play a big role in this offense this year, but I don't know if anyone expected him to have this kind of season statistically, guys. That's his 20th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. Going up against one of the best defenses in the country, you've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
Here comes the heat. Running to Green. Turning it on. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. And the Rebels headed quickly to the line.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
Here's the pressure. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And that is what every single defense wants, man. They got to get those negative plays so you can put them in predictable situations. They gave up some yardage, but that's okay. Getting the sack, now forcing the 3rd and long, gear up the pass rushers, bring in some extra DBs, and try to go get them again.
Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He won't get there, and will bring up 4th down. The Rebels will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offense.
Oh, he's got some space. He now has 110 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. And the Aggies just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Quarterback on the keeper. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
One of the reasons I love this defense is because their DBs get involved, and they come screaming downfield. That's a pretty good athlete playing quarterback on that run, but because of the speed they have in their secondary, boy, they were able to get to him quickly.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. He'll try to really get into this one. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. Hand off from the shotgun. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on third down. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Rebels will line it up on 1st and 10. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Stands in and takes the hit. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's open on the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
The Rebels back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Thomas. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Wide receiver going in motion. Receiver on the move, gets the touch pass. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Right down the boulevard. Now the lead is down to 11.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The give to the back. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He'll do it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the...
And that'll be plenty for the first down.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. Pocket breaking down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Bunch formation for these receivers. He's got it on the right. Finds a crease at the 20. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. He's looking to pass. Fires downfield. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Wants to go up top. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Rebels send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Caught in the backfield, it's Cook. At the 40, there he goes. Hits the afterburners. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now first and goal. The huge play got him on the porch, but now they got a kick in the door. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Texas A&M will line up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. Wants to throw. It's McMillan. They're setting up the screen. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. On the ground. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggies. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in College Station for a fun first half than you? And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Kyle Field.
And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Starting this third quarter on the ground. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And this defense.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to
off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And they'll take over first and 7.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. Got his man downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Bringing the heat. Floating away. At the 20, he's got space. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. The Rebels want to move quickly. A first down run in the red zone. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back in the 16.
Nice job by this defense, man. Playing aggressive, playing physical, taking away the easy stuff on the perimeter. Nice job rushing the quarterback, bringing more bodies near the line of scrimmage, getting the sack, and forcing the third down and goal.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Rebels.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. From the gun, running back gets to give. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The Aggies in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to pass. It's McMillan. Makes the grab on the left. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They'll move the tight end. Quarterback making checks. Toss sweep to the right. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. A&M comes back out with another first down. They'll ride the hot hand. Still on his feet at the 45. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the catch. It's Bussey.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Looking for space. It's Cook. explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the Aggies pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. With the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggie. He has spent a lot of time in that end zone and an absolute assault on the scoreboard.
No doubt about it. And guess what? I get to make a lot of highlights. I can copy and paste all of these touchdowns, show everybody the game I had. And the defense, well, you're just going to have to shake your head because you've been getting dominated.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air on 1st down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
And the Rebels are in the hurry-up. Rides to back and leaves it. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. The Rebels will send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Got a little space. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Aggie! And the punishment has been extended.
Yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great fact. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
We reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Makes the quick grab.
Well, and here's the problem offensively, because you're trailing by so much so late in the game. The defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? And the Rebels line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, a lot of things haven't gone right for him. You saw an incompletion right there. It's been offense, it's been defense. They just haven't been able to click and get into a rhythm here. And now they're playing catch-up, and you know they're going to be throwing at each and every play here in the 4th quarter.
And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. The Rebels with the 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Hainsworth. They were able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. It was just too easy, and he didn't look it in. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He'll try to take it back. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they turn it into a defensive score. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
You didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And the offense out on the field to go back to work. He leaves it with his back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Caught over the middle. It's Beal. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Oh, they're after him. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You've got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He wants to change this route. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown. Just added their total.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. They'll send the back in motion. They'll start this drive with a pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Rebels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. He's going to take off. He's past the 30. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Rebels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Under fire. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Typically, at this spot on the field, you make a fair catch. I'd call that risk aversive, but it is good field position. They'll start this drive at their own 48. They'll give it to the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
The Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
On the play.
Well, the defense got the stop there on 3rd and 1. Let's see if they can do it again here on 4th and inches, David.
I just got to find a way to fall forward, be physical. We work on this all week. You know you're going for it on 4th down.